goes.
No.
Here it goes. Okay.
No.
Wait, shh.
Okay, go.
Okay. Responsibility's Responsibility's cool, but there's more things in life. Like watching our podcast. Welcome to Panda Podcast.
That's what you had.
Yeah. What of it? Okay, welcome to Panda Podcast. Hey, demons. It's me, your boy.
We have no emails.
That's fine by me.
Just letting you know now.
I'm trying to use reverse psychology. Don't send us any emails.
Please send us emails.
I couldn't care less.
I care a lot.
Don't do it.
Do it.
So.
Do it.
How's your day been,
Josh?
Josh?
Hey, man, just do it.
How's your day been?
It's alright. Let's start with music.
Okay.
Actually, if any of y'all play Pokemon Go, hit me up. Email me.
What is it, 2016?
Yes, I love Pokemon Go.
Alright.
I'm gonna catch them all.
Have you?
No.
How many Pokemon are in that game?
Up to Gen 3.
I don't know what that means.
It's a lot of Pokemon.
Okay. Sounds
anyway,
good.
Music. You want to start with your song of the week?
I do want to start with my song.
I have a feeling it's gonna upset me.
It's Nugget by Cake.
I hate you.
My song of the week is Nugget by Cake. And apparently Josh's got a problem with that.
I don't. I actually like that song.
I feel like we're going to need to figure this one out. You want to take this outside?
Okay. Pick your laptop up. Let's go.
All right.
I got the mic.
All right. You just go outside. You just hear...
That was awful. Just hear a lot of jingling and jangling till we get out there and we can just sit on and keep doing the podcast?
Yeah.
Alright.
What is your opinion on Nugget by Cake?
It's an okay song.
That you're incorrect. It is the best song Cake has ever done.
Is it?
It's the only song I've ever heard by Cake, but it's the best song they've ever done. What else have they done?
The Distance.
What's that? I don't know Cake as a band.
The Distance?
The what? Sing it for me.
The Distance? You don't know The Distance? It's on the same album.
No, I didn't listen to the album. This was a Spotify, just Spotify. What was it called?
Reluctantly crouched at the starting line. You don't know?
No, I don't.
I don't believe you.
Seriously,
this was
no. Let me tell you about this. I discovered Cake as a band in high school, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I didn't listen to them at all until Discover on the weekly playlist put a Cake song on. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Are you kidding me? I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
No.
Have you ever heard me talk about Cake?
Do you know why I don't believe you?
Why?
Because there's two people who are obsessed with Cake.
Yeah.
And you were close to both of them.
No, I'm not. I'd never
Close-ish.
When's the last time I've talked about Cake? Besides the actual food, which is delightful.
I believe when we were at Becca's, we listened to Cake.
I probably wasn't the one who told you to listen to it, though.
Probably not, but you were definitely there.
Yeah, I don't retain every song I listen to, though. I go to a lot of concerts, man.
That sounds like a personal problem. Fuck you.
Yeah, okay, so my song's Nugget by Cake.
Listen to The Distance. Everybody knows The Distance.
No, listen to Nugget. That's my song.
Well, listen to that too, but listen to The Distance, because you know The Distance. I don't believe you.
Man, you were trying to cut me from this podcast like sharpened knives with chicken... Never mind. Let me try again. You're trying to cut me from this podcast like sharpened knives through chicken McNuggets. Why do you think I like Cake? I
don't think you like Cake, but everybody knows The Distance by Cake.
I don't.
I don't believe you.
When you said The Distance, my first thought was we're going for speed, we're going for distance. Is that song? I'd assume
yeah,
not.
We're going the distance.
Oh.
He's going for speed.
Oh, okay.
He's all alone in this time of need.
I know that phrase. I don't know the whole song.
Yeah, no, that's the song. That's all you need to know.
I hear people sing that occasionally.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. There we go. We figured it out, guys. He vaguely knows The Distance by Cake, which is enough for me.
Cake is second-rate presidents of the United States of America. Prove me wrong.
Have you haven't heard
Prove me wrong.
You haven't heard it. But they did a cover of I Will Survive.
I know that one. That's the one that made me discover Cake.
What?
Because because Becca put on that cover during like it was like pre pep band. It was me and Becca, and she put that on, and I was like, "What band is this?" She's like, "Cake," and I was like, "Cake." Okay.
Cake.
Yeah.
All right.
And he drops an F-bomb in that song, and we had no clue. We were just playing it for the whole band, and it was just like, "Oh, okay."
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good cover.
Yeah.
Listen to Nugget by Cake.
Do it. Do it. What's your song of the week, Josh?
My song is Crazy by Gnarls Barkley.
Sick.
Sung by CeeLo Grande.
This is actually another song that I had no clue who did it. I just heard it every once in a while. I didn't realize CeeLo Grande sang it.
Yeah, it's good.
That's cool.
It gets stuck in my head. And lately I've been kind of jamming out to some more poppy stuff, so it's good. It's kind of funky.
Yeah.
It's groovy. I enjoy it.
Speaking of groovy, I've got a Death Grips album to talk about.
See, I was really hoping you'd say something along the lines like you watched Army of Darkness again, but no.
No.
You had to bring up Death Grips.
Actually, I should have talked about this album last week because I listened to it a couple weeks ago, but I just forgot. I've listened to Ex-Military, which means that I have now listened to every lyrical Death Grips album, unless you consider Crouching Tiger, Hidden Gabber, which is not really an album. It's like a one-track mix that's like 30 minutes long. So I need to listen to that, and then we'll listen to Death Grips' entire lyrical discography. Then there's their instrumental stuff, which I should also hear. But there's a catch.
I hate the title of that thing.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Gabber.
It's so awful. It's so awful. Anyway, continue.
There's a catch with Ex-Military. Ex-Military is before Andy Marin joined the band, I think.
Andy Marin
is Flatlander. No, he's the producer.
Oh.
He's the reason all Death Grips stuff sounds really weird, and this is before he was in the band. At this point, it was... I think, actually, I don't have confirmation on that. I heard that Ex-Military was like pre-Andy, pre-Flatlander. But I could be wrong about that, so whatever. I feel like it is, because this does not have the Flatlander stamp on it, and it is pretty listenable. There is a song, which I've been singing to Josh as we were getting all this set up, that is called I Want It, I Need It, in parentheses, Death Heated. That is... I may have to show it to you just to see if you approve of it, because it's like... It's got this really sick beat that's not complicated or weird. They sampled Interstellar Overdrive by Pink Floyd and just made a beat out of that. And the lyrics are completely understandable. You can hear them and you can understand them. And it's a really straightforward Death Grips song, and I feel like you might like it. And there's a lot of other tracks on this album that are the same, like Guillotine. And honestly, I think this might be my new favorite Death Grips album. This album is fantastic. And I can totally see why they became the phenomenon they were. Guillotine's off this album. It's the second track, and the only issue when listening the only issue I had when listening to this album was trying to take Guillotine seriously, and I just couldn't do it. I was like, the first track is pretty cool. The first track's pretty sweet. The first track is Beware, and it's like, ooh, this is a super cool album opener. And then the second track is Guillotine. I'm like, all right, I'll just get through this so I can listen to the rest of the album. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, honestly, overall great album, and it has a song with a vocal collab on it, which is a thing I've never heard Death Grips ever do.
Who?
With Mexican Girl.
Is that an artist?
I guess.
Or is that just some Mexican girl?
Because probably just some. I don't know. Because the track list it says in parentheses featuring Mexican Girl. So maybe it's an artist. I'm guessing it's an artist. You wouldn't just say featuring some Mexican girl.
Yeah, but if any band was gonna do that,
they would be Death Grips.
It would be Death Grips.
Yeah, so you never know. I'm pretty sure it's an artist.
Do they have like a big part in that song?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think she handles any like bars. I haven't heard, like I said, I haven't heard the album for a couple weeks. To my memory, I don't think she handles any bars, but there's a lot of her vocals in there. So, actually, I take it back. They did do one other collab on their newest album when they got the director of Shrek to.
Well, and the bassist of
Tool. But that's like a vocal collab.
Yeah.
Where like somebody other than MC Ride singing, and it just feels so weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, good album.
Yeah.
Really raw, really like underground. It's great. I love it.
Let me tell you what I've been listening to lately, my boy.
What is that, boy?
So, if you haven't listened to our A24 quest, we watched Amy and Supersonic about Amy Winehouse and Oasis, respectively. And I decided to do a little delving into their music library as well as watching these movies. Mm-hmm. So I've been listening to a good chunk of Amy Winehouse's popular hits and about half of the entire album of Back to Black, not including the hits, which I've heard as well. And a smaller chunk, but a chunk all the same, of Oasis's library as well.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
I like Amy Winehouse better.
Yeah, fair enough.
But if this would have happened 10 years ago, that would have been switched.
What's your do you have a specific problem with Oasis?
I mean, nowadays they're not good. I don't like them like I would have.
I think they're pretty good. I think they have that kind of Beatles timelessness to them, in my opinion.
You know, it's really funny you say that, actually, because yesterday when I was listening to them...
Did somebody think you were listening to the Beatles?
No, I specifically remember turning to my brother, and I'm like, this is like a cut-rate punk Beatles. Yeah.
No, that encompasses Oasis pretty perfectly.
So, yeah, no, it's funny you say that. But yeah, no, like, they just... They don't hold me like they would have when I was younger. They just they don't have the musical talent I'm looking for, and they don't have the vocal talent I'm looking for. They have decent songwriting, and that was enough back when I was younger, but it doesn't hold me today.
Yeah, no, I was a big fan of Oasis back in the day. When I say back in the day, this was like 2013, 2014, around then. Yeah. I was a big fan of Oasis, and I went back and listened to some of their stuff, and it's like, I can still see why I liked it, but I can't get into it as much these days.
Yeah. Well, and see, that's what I'm saying, you know? Like, I could totally see a younger version of me enjoying this, and enjoying it a lot. Yeah. But nowadays, it doesn't pull me like it would have.
Yeah, if you really wanted to delve into the Oasis that I listened to as a kid, listen to the album What's the Story, Morning Glory. Because I listened to more than just that, but that was the album that I listened to on repeat just over and over and over again, because it was the album with Wonderwall on it. And that was the Oasis hit that I knew. Yep. And it's actually a pretty good album. Wonderwall's a good song. Don't get me wrong. But it's one of those songs that's like... It's like Stairway to Heaven. It's been kind of ruined for me.
Wow, I would not compare those two.
Well, it's Wonderwall is Oasis's Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah. Sure.
It's their song that got really big, and
Yep.
I listened to it so often, and I heard so much about it that it's just kind of ruined for me now.
It's just comparing Wonderwall to Stairway to Heaven.
Oh, Stairway
kind of kills me on the
Stairway
inside.
to Heaven's not a good song.
Kind of kills me on the inside.
I'm really glad you let that slide, because I was worried it would... I felt it coming. I'm really glad you're okay with it.
I'm not okay with it, but that's alright.
Alright.
But no, like...
I'm mostly kidding. Stairway to Heaven's a okay song.
It's an overplayed song.
Yeah, it's a good song that I've heard way too many times.
Just like More Than a Feeling by Boston.
Yeah, no, except Boston never gets old is the thing. Boston is timeless and perfect in any way. In every way. And,
You were the one who didn't like More Than a Feeling.
Yeah, I know, but...
because it's been overplayed.
Yeah, that's
what
true.
are you talking about?
My least favorite song in Boston's debut album is More Than a Feeling, but that's like the first song. You get it out of the way right away.
It's true. And then the rest of the album is just a smooth ride.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's good. It's really good.
Have we ever talked about Boston's debut album on this podcast? I feel like we've never mentioned it before.
I think we have, and how it's perfect in every way.
Yes, it is the best rock album. And the funny thing is like every time I talk up Boston, I'm just going to call it Boston because that's what the album's called. Every time I talk up Boston, it's like...
Boston by Boston?
Yeah. Every time I talk up Boston squared, it is kind of a joke the extent to which I idolize it, and kind of not a joke, because I still do declare it is a fantastic album and one of the best in the genre.
You can't just sit here and say, I do declare in a normal voice. Try that again.
Do you want me to say it like...
Yes!
Like Anthony Kiedis? Or like Isaac Brock? No, Isaac Brock said, I hath declared that you can please bury me with it. I will put it to you that Boston is one of the greatest classic rock albums to exist.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And every song is an absolute winner.
I totally agree.
There's not a bad track on it.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Alright. Glad we had this conversation.
What's your favorite track off Boston?
Oh, well, I combined the two.
Foreplay
long time.
I would almost say that myself. No, yeah, I guess I would say that. I want to be different, but like no, that's a good.
It's so good. I mean, Smoking's good. And they're all good. Did you realize
that song taught me riffs? That's the song that taught me how to do riffs. Not Smoking. Foreplay Long Time was the first song I tried to learn on bass, and I understood how to do the do 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 do. Yeah. And it's like that. Like all of my bass knowledge is built off that song.
Did you know Smoking is exactly 4 minutes and 20 seconds long?
I did know that. That knowledge was buried in the back of my head somewhere. It's perfect.
I think it's really funny. It's like, got me there, Boston.
Yep.
Good job. What were we talking about? Oh, Oasis and Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
So I've been listening to a lot of Amy Winehouse, actually. I dropped my parents off at an airport. I shipped them to Europe. And on the way back, I listened to Amy Winehouse. And I've decided I like a solid 5 songs of hers a lot. And then the rest are in between all right to I don't really like this.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. But like Back to Black, which is her biggest hit, I like that.
Yeah, that was her AC/DC collab.
Yep.
Yeah.
I really like Rehab. You know, there's just some songs that she has that I've decided I actually really like that I wouldn't have known without watching that movie.
Yeah.
And Oasis has Champagne Supernova.
You like that one?
It's alright.
Yeah, it's a good song.
It's probably my favorite I've listened to of theirs.
There's a lot of good songs off of Morning Glory. There's Don't Look Back in Anger. That's a good one. That's a very Beatles-esque song, but it is, it is good.
Yeah.
There's What's the Story, Morning Glory. That's always a big one. There's Hello. I enjoy that song. I don't really hear anybody listening to it, but
Hello?
Yeah.
Alright.
There's Wonderwall.
Wonderwall.
I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yep.
And after all.
So I wanna talk about this song real quick by Imagine Dragons.
I'm sorry.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
It's a song called Next to Me by Imagine Dragons off the album Evolve.
Oh, I've heard that one.
You've heard this song?
No, I've heard a Imagine Dragons song, so that means I've heard this song.
I kind of like this song. You know, the only reason why it's not my song of the week as of this week is due to the fact that they have a female singer on it that happens to be the most obnoxious thing within the entire song.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, this song is a waltz done by Imagine Dragons, and I think it was actually done pretty well. Okay. It has a pretty good beat to it, and I really enjoy how it carries that waltz feel into a modern kind of pop rock fashion.
You know my favorite thing about Imagine Dragons?
I don't think I care.
You know my favorite thing about when they started off as a band, this is a true story. They wrote a song.
Started as a band?
Yeah, they wrote a song.
Yeah.
And then they were like, how about for our next song we do that? And then they just that's their whole career.
Yeah, okay. And?
That's it.
Okay.
Every Imagine Dragons song is just the same song. But you say this one's a waltz, which interests me, because that sounds like kind of not the same song, so I'd like to hear it.
Yeah. So I almost made that my song of the week as of this week, but I decided against it due to the female singer in it, which is the most obnoxious part of the entire song and kind of ruins it.
Cool. Is it Cardi B?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
But on the other hand, we have something else to talk about. So do you remember a while ago when we talked about Slash and Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators having a single release called Driving Rain?
Yes.
They've released a second single.
Oh. I still haven't heard the first one.
It's called Mind Your Manners.
Oh my.
It's worse than the first single.
Slash is just really getting on people's manners.
I guess. I am very bummed out. I was listening...
Do you think that band is on the decline?
Yeah, unfortunately.
It is unfortunate. I think they were on the decline since their second album.
I agree.
The second album was like the first album, but not as good.
Yeah.
So
what ended up happening is I was at work driving around. I was listening to Mind Your Manners, and I'm like, this isn't great. Mm-hmm. Then I listened to Driving Rain, which I already thought wasn't great, but it was alright. I listened to Driving Rain, and I'm like, oh, Driving Rain isn't too bad. I kind of like it. And then I realized that it was just because of Mind Your Manners that Driving Rain sounded alright. Mm-hmm. Because after Driving Rain, Anastasia started playing. And it blew away any misconceptions I had about any of the other two singles being good.
That first
and made me sad.
That first Slash and Miles Kennedy album is
pretty close to being a perfect album as well, actually. In my book.
I mean, I used to make the claim that it is like the best modern rock album, but I feel like I'd have to listen to it again to like evaluate that claim, but it is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
It is.
I can almost go from start to finish without skipping a single track.
Yeah.
It's really well done.
If you like Slash, that is just peak Slash, that album. So, and yeah, Anastasia, Halo, I mentioned, is my absolute jam. Just a lot of great songs on there.
Yeah, I agree. You listen to any other music this week?
Just trying to remember. No, not really.
Alright. I
listened to a little bit of Oasis after watching Supersonic, like I said, but...
Did it bring back the good old days?
Yeah, kind of.
Cool.
I listened to Don't Look Back in Anger, and then I had a flashback of my head of how that song saved me when I was lost in Denver, Colorado. I was wandering around the city of Denver, Colorado, downtown, and I was looking for the Hard Rock Cafe. And I had I had my phone, I think, but I was like, I'm not gonna use GPS. I'm just gonna find it. I was just walking around, and I heard just on the breeze, I heard "Don't Look Back in Anger" by Oasis, and I followed the music, and I was like, where's that coming from? And it was coming from the Hard Rock Cafe. I was like, sick. And then I went to the Hard Rock Cafe, and I had a burger.
Oh my god.
So that song saved me.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
So that's the music I've been listening to recently.
Great. You want to talk about TV?
No.
You haven't watched any TV?
Actually, no.
Okay.
I finished Twin Peaks season 1 and started season 2, but I think I said that last time, did I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Twin Peaks is good. Continues to be good.
I have officially started watching Disenchantment. The Matt Groening.
Yeah.
Netflix original show. And it is alright.
Yeah, that's the main thing I've heard about it. Everyone's like, it's okay.
Yep.
Not as good as Futurama.
Not as good as Simpsons.
It's okay.
It's alright.
And
jokes hit some of the times.
I'm not really looking.
Bender's in it.
Is he?
Yep.
Oh, like the voice actor.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got he plays a deer.
Well, he's all freed up now that
And
Adventure Time's done.
Yeah. We should probably talk about that.
Yeah,
Adventure Time's done.
You're more qualified to talk about it than I am, because I didn't really watch Adventure Time.
I stopped watching Adventure Time.
Okay.
So there's that.
So neither of us are qualified.
That's right. But that's over, which I used to watch it.
Yeah.
So
I never disliked Adventure Time. A lot of people like watching kids shows as adults. And I'm not trying to shame anybody here. I'm just saying there are a lot of people who like to watch kids shows, and it's just never appealed to me. Even the good ones are still just like, I watch it and I'm like, I feel like I could be watching something more well put together than this.
But
like,
have you ever seen Jimmy Neutron?
Well, you got me there. I gotta admit, you got me there.
I figured.
Jimmy, my boy. Jimmy Neutron is...
No, it's not.
Just a masterpiece.
Oh, it's not.
Have you ever seen the Jimmy Neutron movie where they go to space?
Yes, I have. It was also bad.
I watched
the chicken dance.
I watched that with I loved that movie as a kid.
Yeah, me too. But it's
I
not
watched
good.
I watched that with Zach a while ago.
Who's Zach?
Wheel Justice.
Oh yeah.
I watched that with Zach.
Wheels.
Yeah.
See, when you say Zach, I know like 18 Zachs
Yes,
now.
yes. And we personally know a few, so.
So I thought maybe you were talking about Zach from like your grade.
Yeah, no.
For a second. I'm like,
I'm talking about the
wait a minute.
I'm talking about the cool Zach. Zach, if you're hearing this, put on some sunglasses.
All right. Send us a GIF.
Yeah.
A Jiffy GIF.
We watched the Jimmy Neutron movie recently, and I was struck by how terrible it is. I was like, wow, this is awful. If I were seeing this for the first time, I would hate it worse than Boss Baby. But
wow.
I had a lot of nostalgia for it.
Well, of course you did. Did you not remember Goddard, the dog?
No, absolutely. I remember everything about it. I like I said, when I was a kid, I watched that movie at least once a day. Like, I idolized that movie. But, like, as a kid, as an adult, I'm like, this is just awful.
Yeah, it's straight garbage.
Like, it's barely a movie. It has the budget of the show, and it's barely even feature length, and it's terrible. I will say, the part where they construct space spacecrafts to go into the space is still good, just because it brings back this like, yeah, nostalgia feeling, you know, because it was so awesome as a kid. I was like, they make these spaceships out of
carnival rides,
and I was like, that's awesome. I dream of doing something like that, and it's so cool. And it was like, We're the Kids of America starts playing, and it's like, oh, it's like the kids are taking over, and it's like a world without adults was so sweet, and the kids are building spaceships, and I was like, and the movie's got a good message. The movie's like, you may think your adults are lame, but like you need them to survive, so like respect them a little bit. And above and beyond those two things, the movie's hot garbage. And yeah. We still talking about TV shows?
Oh, I think so. Oh yeah, Disenchantment. It's alright. Eric Andre's in it.
Yeah.
He plays a little demon guy.
That's like in real life. I wanna see the show for that very reason. That may be the only reason I want to see it, because Eric Andre's in it.
That's fair. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that.
Does he ever quote the Eric Andre show?
All the time.
Does he ever lock arms with a mentally disabled kid and yell, "Nightmares, nightmares, nightmares"?
All the time.
Watch the Eric Andre show if you get the chance.
Don't do that. It's awful.
It is, but it's the best kind of awful.
You're right. Oh my god. So, movies, I guess?
Sure. What's your movie of the week?
My movie of the week is Liar Liar with Jim Carrey.
Sick.
And the guy from A Princess Bride.
Oh, Liar Liar. I don't know. For some reason, when you said that before the episode went, I was thinking of True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Never seen it.
Me neither.
Okay.
I don't know why I was thinking of it.
No. I'm talking about the one where he lies, and then he can't lie.
Oh, is that the one with Ricky Gervais? Do you remember The Invention of Lying with Ricky Gervais? Okay, I'm sorry. Continue on with your movie.
What? No, I'm done. What?
I just got this vivid flashback of the movie The Invention of Lying, starring Ricky Gervais. And it's a good time.
Okay.
That movie's really bad, and I haven't thought about it since I last saw it, which was a long time ago. Yeah?
You know who else is in
Liar Liar?
Disenchantment?
No. Jim Carrey?
Matt Berry?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Which we'll be talking about him more later in this episode, even though you don't know about it.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I've never seen Liar Liar. Is it good?
It is. I liked it a lot. It's been a while since I've seen it, but due to the fact that I accidentally, in one night, decided I was going to have a couple drinks of rum chata and then sit down in front of a TV, which just so happened to have Bruce Almighty and Ace Ventura already loaded up and playing, were one right after another, I decided to make that my movie.
Okay. Why did you see Bruce Almighty and Ace Ventura and then say, I'm gonna do a Liar Liar"?
Well, let me tell you. Ace Ventura, the first one.
Oh, please don't say it's bad. I don't think I can take to hear it.
Isn't my favorite movie.
Oh no.
Of the two that it has.
Yeah, I've never seen either of them.
I think I like the second one more. There's way more memorable scenes in that.
Which is the one where he gets shot in the leg with an arrow?
That's the second one.
Okay, I think
the one where he climbs out of a rhino's butt. That's also the second.
I feel like I have seen the second one.
The second one is also the one where he drives a car through a jungle and he's going like this, and then the car is just driving smoothly. And that's also one where he flips the car and it lands perfectly in between two other cars and he says, like a glove.
Say what you will about Jim Carrey. He's a comedic mastermind.
I love that man. Well, see, what spurred this...
What got me to start laughing was you describing the driving through the jungle and just, like, thrashing around in the car. Because I was like, yeah.
You could so picture it, though, can't you?
Absolutely. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah. But what inspired this binge of 2 Jim Carrey movies is I was at work, and the top oven was getting kind of dirty, and when it gets dirty, you can smell it. And so then my boss went over and started cleaning it out, and what you do is you scrape it, and then you pull all the crap out of there, like basically charcoal bits at that point.
Yeah.
And then you take a wet rag, put it over that.
While the oven's going?
Yeah, while the oven's on. And then you wash it out real quick. And that's just a quick clean. It's not like actually cleaning it. It's just supposed to help so that it doesn't smell like it does. And then the stuff doesn't keep burning. But what ends up happening is a wet rag in a hot oven, guess what that does? A lot of smoke. That's what it does. Smoke and steam. And so she pulled that out of the oven and somebody says, wow, that's really smoky. And I turned to that person without hesitation and just said, smoking! And I was like, holy shit, where did that come from?
Just like Jim Carrey possessed you.
It kind of felt like it. I was kind of amazed that came out of me. I was like...
Are you telling me that you felt that coming and then in your mind you thought, somebody stop me!
I was so baffled. I'm like, I haven't thought about the mask in a while, and that just came out of nowhere.
Oh, the mask.
And the best part is the guy who turned toward me looked at me and just started laughing. So he totally understood. And then we talked about the mask for a little bit, and I realized the mask has no right being as fun as it is.
No. You know,
but it's awesome.
The thing the mask is based off of, like the comic it's based off of, is like really dark. You know that?
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, the mask has some pretty dark parts as well.
Yeah, it does. It's a... Man. Jim Carrey, though.
I know. So anyway, we started talking about the mask, and then I started thinking about other Jim Carrey movies. I'm like, I really want to watch Liar Liar. And I went home, and I tried my darndest to find Liar Liar on some free, well not free, but some streaming platform that I own, like Netflix or anything. And it didn't exist. And I'm just like, what happened? Where is Liar Liar? But what I did find was Bruce Almighty and Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
So I sat and watched those instead. And what I got was still more Jim Carrey being funny, which I enjoyed. So there's that.
You know, I haven't seen Bruce Almighty, or I haven't seen the first Ace Ventura all the way through, and I think I've seen the second one all the way through, but it's been a long time. But I haven't seen Bruce Almighty in a long time, and I know I have seen that one all the way through. I think I'm more familiar with Evan Almighty.
Oh.
I think I saw that one several times, and
it's kind of a bummer.
Well, it's because I was a kid at the time,
I know.
and I really like Steve Carell.
I mean, it's okay, but it's not as good as Bruce Almighty.
Do you know Evan Almighty? You know, I used to go to a Christian concert festival called Sunshine, and Evan Almighty got showed there one year, and it seemed odd to me, but then I thought about it, and it's like, you know, the movie's pretty like pro-religion, so I guess it makes sense. My memory of Bruce Almighty is a much more adult movie than Evan Almighty.
It is.
Like, Evan Almighty is, like, actually pretty wholesome. Bruce Almighty, I think, was less so, and I think that's why I preferred Evan Almighty as a kid. As an adult, I probably like Bruce Almighty quite a bit more.
The funny thing about pleasure is it can be very pleasurable. That's a straight line out of Bruce Almighty.
Yeah.
And then Jennifer Aniston is in a bathroom basically going, oh! And then they have sex.
Good.
Pretty wholesome, I know.
Yeah. Heaven Almighty is like a really watered down version of the whole Almighty concept.
Definitely. And I'm kind of bummed because it basically tanked that entire what could have been like a series.
The Almighty Cinematic Universe. Where Morgan Freeman as God just keeps showing up in these movies.
You know, I'd be alright with that. I want that to happen. I want more.
I want the next Transformers movie to have Optimus Prime mid-battle, and then everything freezes. Like, every time freezes, and Optimus Prime's like, what's going on? And then Morgan Freeman comes down, and he's like, it's not too late to change. And then the credits roll at the end, it's Optimus Almighty.
Yeah, that's coming right after Bumblebee, I guarantee it. Oh my god.
Oh, man. I would love...
I just want more movies with Morgan Freeman coming in as God.
My bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I ask for. I think he'd be okay with that, too. Like,
I mean...
He'll just, like, walk in and talk for a little bit, like he's the shit, because he is. And then just walk out.
Yeah, well, Morgan Freeman, like, he's just like, give me some lines of coke.
Oh, alright. Great.
And he'll just say the lines, and they're just like, here's $1 million. And he's like, I'll be on my way then. I can't do a solid Morgan Freeman impression, so I just crack on my voice and speak really quietly.
I mean, that's close enough, right?
Yeah.
No. Oh my god.
What's the line from Shawshank Redemption? Like, Andy was a good man. Something like that. Andy Dufresne. Anyway, what's your movie of the week, Josh?
I've already said it.
Oh.
What's your movie of the week, Colin?
What's my movie of the week? It is Yes Man, starring Jim Carrey.
Oh my god, I haven't thought about that one in a long time either.
It's actually not Yes Man,
He
starring
has
Jim
sex
Carrey.
with the grandma in that one.
He does, yes. It's gross.
And what's her face is
Zooey Deschanel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That movie's weird.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's got a great concept, and I'm sure it's a good movie, but it's just really weird. So, yeah. My movie of the week is really out of left field. Oh, geez, I just remembered. Okay, never mind. I had another movie I was going to do as my movie of the week, but then this morning I watched a new movie, and I decided this will be my movie of the week, so I forgot about the other one. I'll just talk about the other one as well. But my movie of the week is... What's it called? Director's Cut. Starring Penn Jillette and Gilbert Gottfried and several other actors. Teller's in it. What? You're looking at me funny. Have you ever heard of this film, Josh?
No.
It was filmed in 2016 and released in 2018. I feel like you'd like it a lot. Do you like Penn Jillette? I mean, he's kind of a love it or hate him guy.
I don't know who that is.
You don't? Penn Jillette of Penn and Teller fame.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was his full name.
Yes, he's Penn from Penn and Teller.
Okay.
I was going to say, everybody knows who he is. Yeah, okay. He is the one that talks, the one that doesn't talk.
When you say Gillette, I'm just like...
The razor.
Razors?
Yeah. No, he's got razor sharp wit, let me tell you.
Whew! There you go. That's it. That's a wrap. That's the show.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
I'm not a fan of Penn Jillette, typically. I don't really like Penn and Teller. I don't really like the things he's done on his own. So I was a little hesitant to give Director's Cut a shot. But I gave it a shot because the concept was too weird to not give it a shot. And I actually liked it a lot. And I actually liked his input to the movie. It was actually pretty funny. So, yeah. I'm really on the fence on whether or not I should describe what it is. I suppose I should, because it's a concept movie, and that's what's going to get you to go see it. The movie is a fake horror movie where Penn Jillette's character does okay. The idea it's a movie within a movie. The context is there's this movie that these actors are shooting, and it's a crowd-funded movie. Penn Jillette character paid the like top tier, so he gets to be there and like talk to the people, and he like gets to have a role in the movie. But Penn Jillette is a very disturbed man, and he becomes infatuated with the lead actress of the movie, and he decides to. I'm just trying to. I don't want to spoil anything, but he decides to steal the movie and become the new director of the movie and do his own edit, his own director's cut. He's like delusional. And the movie you see is his director's cut of this movie. Yes.
So he just like photoshops himself in?
Yes. And
sounds great.
You don't see the behind the scenes of what's going on. You pick it up through context clues. You just see the movie that he cut together.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like a fake movie that plays with a director's commentary track in the background, and it's him talking over it. And you see every once in a while it'll like cut awkwardly, and there'll be footage he's spliced in that's like creeper shots of the main actress, because he rewrites the plot in that she's the focus of the movie now, because he's obsessed with her, and he steals all the footage and he cuts together his own version of the movie, and it gets more and more insane. And as the movie goes on, you begin to realize what he's done to be able to do all this, and it gets really, really messed up. And by the end of the movie, it's just insane.
That sounds fantastic.
It's a movie that like reality just starts to break down, and it's breaks every single fourth wall imaginable, because he's just talking, he's just commentating on the movie, and he's like pointing out continuity errors and like, so it's like there's intentional continuity errors, and he's like pointing them out, and it's like, it's just I have never seen a movie like this before. I've seen things similar to this. One thing that's pretty similar to it is the Mr. Plinkett reviews on YouTube. It's got a comedy style like that. You could also say MST3K kind of does the whole like watch a movie and commentate on it thing, but like neither of them go to this extreme extent to make this like coherent story out of it.
That's interesting.
And it's not the best movie I've ever seen. I mean, it got a lot of laughs out of me just for how absurd it is. But it's absolutely worth it just for the concept. It's a great concept, and yeah, check it out. Gilbert Gottfried's in it, and he's always amazing.
All right. Cool.
So, and it's, yeah.
Very cool.
Give it a shot.
So, Colin.
Yeah?
The time has come.
Is this going to be a big thing? Because I was going to talk about the other movie that was almost movie of the week.
Yes, it is. Continue.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
No biggie. I'll make this short. Hiroshima Mon Amour is a 1959 black and white avant-garde French art film. That's all you need to know.
All right.
I liked it a lot, and it was going to be my movie of the week, but then I saw a director's cut, which just demanded to be movie of the week. So, Hiroshima Mon Amour is very beautiful, very abstract, very everything you think of when you think of pretentious avant-garde French films is in there. So, if you like that kind of thing, give it a shot. If you don't, this movie's not going to sway you. So, good movie though. I liked it a lot.
Alright. Neat.
Yeah.
Well, Colin.
Yeah.
I've decided we're going to do another look into our future.
Yeah.
Into what movies are coming.
Yeah.
Are you ready for it?
No.
Alright.
Give me a couple minutes.
Alright.
I'm ready.
I'm not.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay. I thought, like, when I did that bit, you realized that you hadn't pulled up what you were trying to do, and I was like, really?
No,
Oh, okay.
Right here.
What is...
So we have Halloween, right? We've talked a little bit about Halloween. We brought it up.
It doesn't look good.
I've never seen a Halloween film.
Alright.
And this is probably going to be the first one I see.
Okay. Did it?
Have you seen a trailer?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
I haven't.
I mean, it doesn't look good. I've been hearing, like you've probably been hearing, that people are like, no, it is actually really good. But it's like, no.
I mean, it's just a slasher film.
Yeah, I'm like, after seeing the trailers, it does not interest me in the slightest. So
there's that, which I kind of want to see because I've never seen a Halloween film, and somebody said, well, that's coming. Now there's this other movie called An Evening with Beverly Luff Lynn.
What is that?
It's a movie starring Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, okay.
Jermaine Clement.
Oh, okay.
Matt Berry.
Okay, I guess.
Craig Robinson.
I mean, geez, I guess I have to see it. I don't even know what it's about.
And others. It just I don't know anything about it. All I know is the cast and the poster picture, which is just Jermaine Clement, Aubrey Plaza, and Daryl from The Office.
That
and it makes me want to see it so bad.
That looks fantastic.
Just I just can't wait.
Aubrey Plaza and Jermaine Clement alone make me want to see it. I don't even care what it is. Like, I would probably go see them in anything.
I know.
The two of them together.
I know.
And then Matt Berry and Craig Robinson is just the cherry on top.
Exactly.
Matt Berry, man, he's underrated.
I know. I'm so sad he's not in more things.
Yeah. Well, he's spreading out. He's in Disenchanted, and he's in this now. He was in the SpongeBob movie as a space dolphin.
There you go. So that's happening, and I thought you'd like to know about that.
Cool.
Obviously we're gonna be seeing Mandy.
Yep. Actually, we're seeing that today.
Yeah.
Hype.
So that'll be happening. We've talked about the Bohemian Rhapsody, which also excited for.
Yeah.
As we've stated. Sorry, it takes a little bit of scrolling to get back to the part where I have to actually talk about more movies that we've actually not covered. So give me just a hot second. I'm sorry.
Oh, actually, while you're doing that, I'm gonna look up 2 movies that I wanted to talk about, but I forget what they're called.
I'm glad we're on the same page, Colin.
We're very professional here. I didn't even think of them beforehand. I just now I remembered both of them.
Now, the majority of the movies that I'm getting excited for are coming out next year, so I'm thinking that, this year was kind of lax in the movies we've gotten so far. I'm hoping it picks up here at the end, like it usually does.
Yeah.
But so far, next year is looking like a much more interesting year for movies.
Mm-hmm.
So the X-Men Dark Phoenix, which I know you don't really care about.
Not at all.
Is happening. And I don't super care about it either. Like, it's whatever. Captain Marvel's happening, which everybody knows.
Yep.
The movie The Beach Bum. Have you heard about this?
Oh, I've heard the name, and I feel like I was interested in it. What was the thing about it?
A rebellious stoner named Moondog lives life by his own rules.
Okay, who's
and
in it?
Moondog is played by Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, yeah, I do know about this.
Other stars being Snoop Dogg and, is it Isla Fisher?
Ela Fisher.
Ela.
That's what I say.
Martin Lawrence, Zac Efron, Jonah Hill.
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah. It interests me. I hold on. Jimmy Buffett is gonna be in it.
Oh.
So that's happening,
Okay.
I guess.
You had me at Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. So this is gonna be weird.
Yeah.
And interesting. So I'm kind of excited for it.
Alright.
Meanwhile, you have the Dumbo movie. The live-action Dumbo movie.
I had no clue that was a thing. That's a thing?
Yeah. You wanna know who's in it?
Who?
Michael Keaton. Colin Farrell. Danny DeVito.
We just listed off my 3 favorite actors.
There you go. So that's happening. I don't know what to say about it.
Danny
really.
DeVito, I hope he plays Dumbo.
Who wants to fly anyway?
Yeah.
Oh my god. So yeah, that's happening.
Want to get me? You're gonna have to get your sword.
Get your sword.
Get your sword. Oh, Danny DeVito, you're a national treasure.
Oh, anyway, after Captain Marvel, we have another untitled Avengers movie, meaning the sequel
to
Infinity War, which
that's coming next year.
Pretty hyped. Yeah, May 3rd, 2019.
Wow. Okay, that's like
it's a quick turnaround.
Yeah. Well, because the Infinity War is a 2-parter, so they gotta. Are they? I wonder if they'll call the second one Infinity War Part 2 or.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then we have the all awaited for Detective Pikachu movie.
Oh yeah, the one with Ryan Reynolds.
With Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu.
Yeah, boy.
Do you know who else is in this movie?
Oh yeah, Pikachu's played by somebody weird, right?
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, that he plays.
Yeah. That's where we start.
That's the weird thing about it.
That's where we start the weird thing about it. You also forget that Bill Knightley is in it.
Bill Nye?
Nye?
Yeah.
He's in it. Ken Watanabe's in it.
Oh, so.
And it's gonna be kind of a interesting, hopefully not a nightmare project. Because that's happening.
I'm kind of hoping it is a nightmare.
Yeah, well, a little bit.
I'm hoping it's just this massive, just mess. I'm hoping it's just.
It very well could be.
I'm hoping it's just a fever dream.
Yeah.
Because, man, why?
Who knows? Who knows? And then, coming out, we got 3 movies on May 17th, scheduled as of right now. We got John Wick 3.
Ooh.
We have Doom.
Wait, what date did you say this was?
May 17th.
Oh, okay.
Doom.
As in based on the game?
I believe so.
Ooh, that turned out well the last time they tried that.
Didn't it?
The Rock was in that movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we have Rocket Man, which is a documentary or biography of Elton John's life.
Okay.
Which I would actually really like to see because
that would be kind of interesting.
Taron Egerton, the guy who plays the main character in the Kingsman series, is playing young Elton John.
Oh, okay.
And Taron can actually sing.
Oh.
So I'm actually kind of excited for that.
That's weird.
Isn't it?
Because Elton John was in Kingsman too, like the actual Elton John, and him and Taron Egerton shared screen time.
Yup.
They killed a robot dog together.
Yes, they did. Elton John slammed a man in a piano.
Do you think that's the reason he got the role? Do you think, on the set of Kingsman 2, Elton John's like, I want this kid to play me in a biography?
Maybe. Just maybe.
That's weird.
Now, here's one that I saw, and I'm sad to report this, but there's a live-action Aladdin coming. That's not the sad part.
Live-action Lion?
Aladdin.
Okay.
Do you want to take a quick guess on who's going to play the genie after Robin Williams has passed? Who's going to take on the mantle of the genie?
By your tone, I'm guessing it's a bad choice. Jared Leto?
No. I mean, there isn't a good choice, let's be honest. What would your good choice for somebody taking over as the genie be? I don't even know.
Stephen Fry.
I mean, that's a little biased, don't you think?
Just a different take on the genie. No, my take would be, what's his name? Aziz Ansari.
You're They're awful.
Who's the genie?
Will Smith.
Oh.
Will Smith is going to be the genie in the live-action Aladdin film.
Will Smith does not possess an ounce of charisma. How is he going to do that?
I don't know.
I mean,
I would disagree, but I don't know how he's going to pull that off either
Not
way.
that kind of charisma.
No.
He can be the action guy, but can he do the genie? I don't think so.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting. So yeah, that's happening. Speaking of Will Smith, there is a untitled Men in Black spinoff happening. With Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that's anything to look forward. It also has Liam Neeson.
Wait, does it really?
Yeah.
Really. If it's a Men in Black spinoff, I'm assuming it's going to be an action movie of some sort.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson said he was retiring from action movies.
Yeah.
Huh. Well,
it's an action comedy sci-fi.
I guess he's not retiring from action movies then.
And then on the same day that comes out, June 14th, we have a Shaft. Shaft is coming out.
Another Shaft remake?
A Shaft, the reboot of the 70s action film Shaft.
Huh.
Guess who's playing Shaft?
Samuel L. Jackson?
Yes. Easy peasy.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
Oh. So it's a remake of the remake with the same guy playing Shaft. Are you joking me?
I'm not joking.
No,
I'm not joking.
Kidding?
I'm not kidding. It's happening.
Really?
Yes.
So wait,
yes, it's happening. It's
really?
Shaft 2019. Samuel L. Jackson plays John Shaft II.
Hold on. Is John Shaft in the Shaft movies already John Shaft II?
I don't know.
Because if he's not, does this mean that Samuel L. Jackson is playing his own son?
Yeah, let's look it up. Here we go.
Yes,
he is playing his own son.
Wait, wait, what?
In the first one, he plays just John Shaft.
No! You can't do it. You can't do that. You can't. What?
So yeah, that's happening.
You can't do that.
He can and will.
So is it gonna be like take place in like present day then?
I don't know.
Cause like the last Shaft remake didn't it?
I didn't see it.
I think it did.
Oh my god.
Wow. Bummer, dude.
Oh my god, I'm sweating. It's so funny.
What?
Yeah, so that's happening.
He plays his own son. But he's older now than he was then. Why couldn't you just...
I don't know.
I'm just going to assume that John Shaft in all the other Shaft movies is actually John Shaft II. And that's just not the title he goes by. Because I haven't seen them, so I don't know. I'm just going to assume that's the case to stop me from going crazy.
I hope it's not.
Has that ever happened before where, like, a remake of a remake occurs and the person who played the original character plays that character's son in the remake? I don't think that's ever happened before. Because
it's had to have happened.
Because it makes no sense. Why would you do that?
Oh my god, I don't know. I'm very excited though now.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, after all that. Toy Story 4.
Cool.
That's happening.
I thought the series was over.
Nope.
Okay.
It's Woody and Buzz embark on a quest to find Bo Peep. That's what this movie's going to be about.
Alright,
cool. So, my guess is it's going to be kind of just like a childish buddy cop movie where they go and rescue the lady. Romance type deal.
Sure.
And it has all the people that you would expect being in this movie.
Yeah, like Samuel L. Jackson as Woody the Second.
Yeah, you got it. Spider-Man Far From Home, the sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming, is coming. And so far, we know that Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be in it.
That's the one where the title leaked just because Tom Holland just said it in an interview and wasn't supposed to, right?
No, I think that was Homecoming. This
Oh,
one was
was it?
leaked because it was a joke that they set it up with Marvel so he would accidentally leak it, and it wasn't an accident. They set it up that way.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I think that's what this one was.
Because I know Tom Holland cannot keep a secret.
Yeah, that's
like an open thing in Hollywood.
which
like,
I think is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got Jake Gyllenhaal in this one.
Sick. Is he like the villain?
I think so.
That'd be cool because he plays a mean villain.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. So that can be exciting. Meanwhile,
I hope he just plays his character from Nightcrawler.
this is the kind of the one I've been leading up to, and I didn't realize Shaft was going to be such a big deal to you.
Yeah.
But we have another live action Disney movie.
Yeah.
Called The Lion King happening. Yeah. Do you want to hear about this cast?
I think I know a lot of it already.
Do you?
John Oliver plays Iago.
Okay.
Yeah. Am I correct about that?
I haven't gotten that far yet. So we got Eric Andre, Seth Rogen.
I think I knew about Eric Andre, actually.
Beyonce.
Oh.
Donald Glover.
Oh.
James Earl Jones as Mufasa.
Whoa. That.
Michael Keegan-Kay.
Wait, is he playing Mufasa the second?
Yes. As anyway, we have Billy. You don't know who that is. Never mind.
Billy Idol.
But yeah, John Oliver as Zazu.
Zazu. I said Iago, didn't I?
You did.
Here's the thing about Disney movies. I don't know anything about them.
That's
and
okay.
I just make it up as I go along. Zazu is the bird.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
The toucan.
The toucan Sam, yeah.
But Eric Andre, Seth Rogen, Beyonce, and Donald Glover.
Beyonce was in my favorite movie, Goldmember. So, I trust her. I'm excited for Donald Glover and Eric Andre
It's directed
specifically.
by Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
I'm very sad that you knew all this already.
Yeah. Why do you?
It would have been so much more fun to break this news.
I didn't know Beyonce and Seth Rogen were in it, to be fair.
Well, yeah, but like...
I'm sorry. Do you want to go back and I'll pretend I've never heard about all this again?
No, it's over.
Okay.
You've ruined it.
Yeah.
That's like the penultimate movie that I was going to be talking about in that. Anyway.
That's okay.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
One thing you should know about me is I don't care about the Disney live action remakes. They're pointless and stupid, and I'm not going to see any of them.
I get it.
Because it's like the originals still exist. Why do you want to do it again?
But I can't imagine anything involving Disney and Eric Andre in the same room.
That is weird. I'll give you that.
So
I will say I really like Donald Glover. I really like John Oliver. I really like Eric Andre. So I may consider seeing it for them, but you know. Why go see The Lion King as an inferior live action version when the animated movie is a masterpiece?
Yeah.
But
yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I know we've talked about it. Quentin Tarantino's film. It's coming. Very excited.
That's the Charles Manson one, right?
Yes.
Sweet.
Which is going to be awesome. I'm very excited. One thing we haven't talked about on here, but we have... I don't think we've talked about it, but
Burt
it's been
Reynolds,
on the Discord.
Burt Reynolds was supposed to be in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but he didn't film any of his stuff before he passed away. Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
He died.
Yes, Burt Reynolds did pass away.
Smokey and the Bandit.
I don't think I've ever seen a Burt Reynolds movie.
All I know is he was in Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
And in Cannonball Run.
And Boogie Nights.
And Boogie 2988.
Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, that one I'm interested in.
Are you?
Not like I want to go see it, but I'm interested in it because they've really run out of ideas.
I don't think you, as a 20-year-old man, should be saying I'm very interested to see Dora the Explorer.
I want to see how bad it is. Because, how? How do you make a movie out of Dora the Explorer? Are they gonna... The only way I'll accept a Dora the Explorer movie is if every 20 seconds they're like, Do you see the tree?
Oh my god.
And then they pause for like a minute.
Oh my god.
There it is!
Oh my god.
That'll be the only way I could possibly find any enjoyment out of Dora the Explorer movie.
Well, tell you what, it's expected to come out on my birthday.
Oh, perfect.
So,
Guess you know
so
what you're doing.
Us as 21.
Yeah, at that,
you as
yeah,
21, me as 22.
at that point, we'll be able to
we
legally
will-
drink, so we'll go
we will
and
get
smash.
plastered
Yeah.
and then go
We will
to
get
Dora the
absolutely
Explorer.
dickered and then go to see Dora the Explorer.
You know how bad of an idea that is?
Yeah.
Alright, we're nearing the end. We have Artemis Fowl, the movie.
What? There's an Artemis Fowl movie coming out?
Yes, there is, and it has Judi Dench in it.
Whoa. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm psyched.
I remember you being a fan
I'm a huge fan of Artemis Fowl.
of Artemis Fowl.
I've read all the books.
I've read part of the first book.
I really like that little scumbag.
Okay. But yeah, so that's happening as of next year.
Sweet.
There you go. And then rounding the corner in September next year, we have It Chapter 2.
Oh, sweet. I'm
so-
actually excited for that.
Yeah. And do you know who's in it as of right now? That is
Tim Curry.
new.
Yeah.
I wish so badly. Like, what if there was an old Pennywise and it was played by Tim Curry?
That would be amazing.
I would.
I would give all my money to see it.
Yeah. That would be so
yeah,
good.
it's like the guy who played Pennywise in the first one.
Bill Skarsgård.
Does he return for the second
He
one?
does.
Okay. It's like he comes back to the second one, but there's a certain point in which like he gets old, and it's Tim Curry.
That would be so stinking cool.
And all the kids would be like, "What?"
Yeah. That would be really, really cool. And yeah, all the new guys, what's going on?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got Jessica Chastain,
Oh yeah,
if you know who that is.
I do. Yes.
I wouldn't have known by just the name. I
She
would have
was-
needed a face.
She was in Molly's Game,
Alright.
where
She
she
was-
took a lot of Molly.
She was in The Help, if I remember right.
Sure.
James McAvoy, he's in it, which I'm very excited for because I've decided I really like him.
Mm-hmm.
Finn Wolfhard, of course, is going to still be in this.
What?
What?
Hey. Finn Wolfhard's gonna be in it?
Yeah, probably in like flashbacks.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was in the first one.
Well, but they're like grown-ups in the second
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. I was gonna...
We have Bill Hader.
Oh, is he like
In
one of the kids?
It too. Yeah, he is.
I mean,
So that's happening.
yeah, why not?
I can't see him being in a horror movie. Like a legitimate horror movie.
Well, I mean, yes, it is a horror movie, but it's not what you'd consider a traditional horror movie. It's more like fantasy adventure with a little horror. So it kind of makes sense for him to be in it.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know, it's just weird. Bill Hader being in a horror movie is just weird to me.
Fantasy horror is a little classier than like slasher horror, I think.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like, I could see him wanting to do like a movie about an alien clown.
Alright. So yeah, that's next year's kind of lineup. So
I've got 2 to add to that.
I'm kind of excited so far.
Okay.
What do you got for me?
This is not even. I think both of these are coming out this year. Eternity's Gate. At Eternity's Gate is a Vincent Van Gogh movie starring Willem Dafoe. Willem Van Gogh, as I like to call him.
That's pretty good. I'm glad we didn't stop it at that last joke you made.
Wait, what's the last joke I made?
It was a long time ago. I don't
Okay.
remember.
Yeah, I saw a trailer for it. I really like the shot composition. The cinematography is really cool.
And it has nothing to do with the actor?
Oh, yeah, it's partly to do with the actor. Who else is in it? Oh, there's somebody else in it. Hold on. There's another big actor in it. I forget who.
That's not.
That's Loving Vincent. Hold on. It's a different Vincent Van Gogh movie. Hold on.
Oh my god.
We're gonna Google at Eternity's Gate.
I just rambled on for like a half an hour.
Sorry, I
Get your
figured,
shit together, man.
I could have figured this all out.
No, it's okay.
Hold on.
It's okay. If we didn't do this, it wouldn't be
This is the second.
a good
Oscar
podcast.
Isaac.
Oscar Isaac.
Yeah. It looks good.
Oscar Isaac.
So.
Oscar Isaac?
Oscar Isaac. What? What about it?
Who's Oscar Isaac again? I
Really?
have a feeling I'm going to be upset when I
Poe
find this.
Dameron from Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
And he's the dude from Ex Machina.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like him.
Did you get tripped up because it's 2 first names?
No, I think I was thinking about Isaac Brock.
No, yeah, the front man of Modest Mouse is in this movie.
Which is why I would have kind of been like, why?
No, Oscar Isaac. He's you know.
That makes a lot more sense.
I'm amazed you don't know about Oscar Isaac because we did an A24 episode.
No, I know, and I like him.
Yeah.
I'm not great with names.
Fair enough. Neither am I. Who are you, Steve?
You're close enough.
Okay.
You said you had another one for me?
I do. The Favorite.
Favorite?
You probably went over both of these in your list. I was kind of expecting you to bring up at least, well, maybe not At Eternity's Gate, but The Favorite. Have you heard about The Favorite?
Not offhand.
It is the next movie by Yorgos Lanthimos, who did
Come on.
The Lobster.
Yep.
Right?
I
and the
believe
next
so.
one, The Killing of a Sacred Deer.
The next one.
I've got it. I'm good.
Yeah.
Killing of a Sacred Deer.
The next one.
And the next one, which is The Favorite.
Does it also have Colin
No, I don't think it does.
Farrell?
Oddly enough, the trailers were oddly enough pretty absent of Colin Farrell, and I was amazed because Yorgos has got this major thing for Colin Farrell,
Which is fair.
yeah, it's Farrell.
Ooh.
And
No, we should have ended it. I take everything back. That was that felt gross.
Okay.
Yeah, it did.
No, I'm really excited for The Favorite because it's standard Yorgos Lanthimos fare. I mean, you've seen The Lobster, and
I haven't seen The Lobster.
Oh, okay. Well, you've seen.
We're gonna watch The Lobster.
The Killing.
Actually.
Yeah, because of A24 Quest. You've seen The Killing of a Sacred Deer.
You told me to wait on doing The Lobster because you've seen it so many times, as in a short period of time a while ago.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry.
I sense a
Just
little
clarify.
salt.
Well, because I've really wanted to see it, and I've thought about doing it a couple times, but I'm like, has it been long enough?
You can do it any old time.
It'll probably be not next week, but the week after then.
Okay, cool.
Dope.
Just to...
No, because we were going to do The Lobster and Killing of a Sacred Deer together.
Well, we probably shouldn't wait that long.
Why?
Well, how long do we have until we get to The Lobster?
It's a great question.
A while, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, and Killing of a Sacred Deer is even longer. Whatever.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
If you ever pick Killing of a Sacred Deer, I'm gonna be upset.
Because
I don't want to watch it any sooner than I have to.
Okay, fair enough. We gave our opinions on Killing of a Sacred Deer. We don't need to restate,
No.
right? Okay.
Yeah, go watch the A24 Quest if you want to learn about that. It's
Here's the thing. Okay, this is way off topic. A24 Quest. I've been considering recently going to find the ones that are embedded in podcast episodes and clipping them out and making episodes out of them, so we can have a playlist of all the A24 Quests. Because as of right now, the A24 Quest videos are only about half the episodes we've done, because most of them are just segments on the podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I should
I
go
guess.
find those segments and clip them out and make videos out of them. I think I'm going to do that soon.
that'd be cool.
Yeah. Expect that in the near future.
Awesome.
So, anyway, The Favorite. It stars Olivia Colman and Emma Stone, and it's like this Victorian London. I think Olivia Colman... Hold on. Let me Google it. I should have lined these up. The Favorite.
I mean, this podcast wouldn't be the same if we weren't unprepared.
Yeah, no, this is one of those unprepared episodes. Yeah, Olivia Colman plays. Where's the cast list? Queen Anne. And yeah, it's very British looking and very Yorgos Lanthimos looking with the weird dialogue and the oddly dark tone.
What genre?
Looks like
movie?
Looks like a drama comedy kind of. Well, it's biography history is it according to IMDb, but it looks a bit like The Lobster, where it's like a drama with like kind of a comedic edge.
So it's not gonna hurt me?
Probably not. I don't know. The trailer gets dark. The trailer has a point where it gets a little dark near the end. But it doesn't look like... Killing of a Sacred Deer is like soul-crushing. This doesn't look soul-crushing. It just looks a little twisted like The Lobster is.
Alright.
The Lobster's not depressing, it's just twisted.
Uh-huh.
This looks more like that. So
okay.
I don't think you'll get hurt again.
Alright.
Alright.
I don't know if I believe that, but alright.
Well, check out the trailer and see for yourself.
Alright.
It comes out the 23rd of November. I'm real psyched for it.
This year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Quick turnaround from Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Yeah, because that was like a year ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
What of it?
That's fast. Dang. Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yeah.
He's a quick filmer.
Greek genius.
Is he Greek?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've loved your last two movies, you beautiful bastard.
That means we should probably do The Lobster before
yeah.
I go see that.
Probably.
Dang. Alright.
I'm just shocked that's coming out so soon.
I am, like a little bit.
I mean...
You know, it wasn't that long ago when I just saw one of his brand new films.
Yeah.
And it killed me inside.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got for movies.
Yeah, me too. Want to talk a little bit about
the
video game?
The video game? Yeah. Spider-Man came out.
Spider-Man did come out.
We've both been playing it a lot.
I bought it, I pre-ordered it, and then Colin, a couple days after...
I got it.
Decided he couldn't wait.
Yeah, I was gonna wait. I was like, I told myself I'll wait till the next paycheck, and then I did, and I was like, okay, man.
And they bought it.
It happened to be a couple days later, and I was like, yeah, okay. I ordered it online, and it came, and it did that thing, that minor annoyance of like, I waited 3 days to get it on disc, and then it came, and then I had to do that thing where you
still have to download it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That annoys me. I remember when games
so
weren't
dumb.
like that.
So dumb.
It's not that bad on this, but it's like...
Just wish it wasn't a thing.
This is why I bought a disc.
Yeah.
Do you remember a time where you would buy a disc and you put it in and it just started
and
right
you would
up?
just play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally remember those days.
I feel like...
It was one console generation ago.
Yeah. I feel like there was no incentive... There's no incentive now to like even get discs anymore.
There isn't. like other than having a physical copy and being able to look at the box art.
Yeah, because it's like you still have to download it when you get the disc.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point?
There really isn't much of a point anymore.
And then like, what if the disc breaks and you're just done?
Yeah, because you still can't play your downloaded game.
Yeah. That
you have if you have the disc version, unless you go buy it again.
Yeah.
Online. So it's silly. It really is.
It is very silly.
Which is stupid.
You know what isn't silly or stupid? The game itself is good.
Yes, it's very fun. I enjoy it a lot. I've been playing the living daylights out of it.
It's a fun game that only rips off Second Son a little bit.
And rips off Arkham all the way.
Yeah. The infamous Second Son, you know what I'm talking about? There's a point in the game in which a military force shuts down the city and there's checkpoints everywhere.
Yeah.
I was like, I was not expecting infamous Second Son.
But they're not enemies.
Right, they're not enemies, but the whole concept...
As far as I know so far.
The whole concept's ripped right from infamous Second Son. As I was like, yeah. I mean, I guess that's one of my favorite open world games of recent history. Open world superhero games of recent history, so I guess I'm okay with it, but it's like, I was not expecting that. And it doesn't have any bearing on the game itself. It's just this fun little thing of, well, they ripped off Infamous.
Well, it might have stuff to play later in the story that we just haven't gotten to yet.
Probably.
Because as of
my guess is the military faction is going to become hostile at some point. That's my guess.
Probably.
So,
but I mean, we probably shouldn't spoil too much because it is brand spanking new.
Right.
I'll let you know right now. I've completed Act 1, as has Colin.
Yes.
And we're sitting at almost the same spot, I think. Pretty close as far as in the story, which seems to be close to the end of Act 2, I would imagine. Maybe. I feel like I've been playing a good chunk of Act 2.
My percentage on my save screen is like 47% complete.
Yeah, and I'm like at 50-something, but I've completed all the mini side stuff too.
Okay.
So that makes a lot of sense.
So we're neither of us are finished with it yet, but we've been playing it a lot.
Yeah, I'm like on the edge on whether or not I'm actually going to 100% this game.
I'm probably going to.
I'm thinking I'm going to as well,
because it seems like it's not going to be that hard to 100% it.
Yeah, and it seems like I'm going to enjoy it almost the entire way.
Yeah.
Because of just how much fun it is to zip around the city and web things and punch bad guys.
Yep.
You know, it's Spider-Man, man.
So this game. The thing about this game is a lot of people will call it a Arkham City, like an Arkham Asylum clone, and that's both fair and also kind of not fair at once. What I mean by that is the basic combat ideas are all pulled right from the Arkham series. Like the combat, there is stealth and there's brawling combat, and the stealth works essentially just like how it is in Arkham. You swing around like vantage points and like pick people off one by one. The brawling combat works essentially just like it does in Arkham. However, if you go into this game with the Arkham mentality and play this game like Arkham Asylum or Arkham City, you will not be good at it. You'll die a lot. Because this game forced me to unlearn everything I knew about the Arkham formula to get good at it. So you have to understand that, well, conceptually it is pretty identical. In practice, the game plays quite a bit differently than the Arkham games, in my opinion. For example, when an enemy is about to attack, there's no counter. You just have to get out of the way. You have to dodge, which makes sense because Spider-Man's all about agility and speed.
One big problem I've had with this game so far is actually specifically where the dodge button is.
The circle?
The circle button.
Yeah.
So you have to go from punching, which is the square button, to the circle button, which when you're supposed to be dodging that quickly, drives me crazy. Because I want to do those last second dodges like ASAP. Yeah. And I don't want to have to and I want to get that last punch off and then dodge real quick. And so if there was a way where you could like reconfigure your controls layout, wouldn't that be a neat thing that we could do in a modern day and age of video games?
But you don't get that.
But you can't.
I guess I have no issues with the controls.
And that's the one frustrating thing about the controls.
I'm really used to fighting games where the punch is bound to square and dodge is bound to circle. So I didn't have an issue with it.
Yeah, see all my attacking games that I play and dodging games.
What button do you press to roll in Dark Souls?
Circle.
Oh, but then the attack's bound to the triggers, so it's not an issue. Okay.
No issue there.
I'm thinking like Uncharted.
Square is like use your health.
Yeah.
Potion in Dark Souls. But yeah, no, I mean, but you know, Uncharted, you have a gun. That's like your main source of shooting and dealing damage. So I mean, even then, I use the triggers more there, and then I'm able to dodge if I need to, without having to switch all the way from the square, which is an inch.
Right.
But I mean, when you're trying to make last-second decisions and then dodge right away, I mean, an inch is a decent distance to go when you're trying to do it that quickly.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. I haven't really noticed it yet. Well, I think of like the Arkham games where it's punch is square and circle is dodge.
Yeah. Well, no. Circle is stun.
Oh yeah, and then X is
triangle is counter.
There is no dodge in that game.
X is dodge.
That's what I was.
You don't use dodge. You counter.
Yeah, that was my original point. Whoops.
Yeah.
In this game you don't counter attacks, you dodge attacks, which kind of functions like countering attacks, but it also means that you can't just button mash your way through fights like you can in the early Arkham games.
And precision is rewarded.
Yes.
If you have perfect dodges, so you do it at a good time, which means your thing lights up
doing
correctly.
A perfect dodge is actually the only counter in the game.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So you can only you can't just counter by tapping triangle when somebody's about to hit you. You have to be very precise and nimble to pull off an effective counter.
Yep.
Which puts emphasis less on brute force and more on command of movement and the battlefield.
Which I appreciate.
Is great. And this game's actually, the combat's a lot more fun than it is in Arkham. So that's a tick right there. It's very satisfying, very varied. Like there's a lot more things you can do and a lot more ways you can tackle tackle fights, like a lot of equally effective ways to go about fights, and you just have to decide which one's best for the current situation. You could be like, if I'm on a building, I could just throw these guys off the end of the building and that's it. So it's like, then you'll be like, okay, I'll do more hard hitting attacks to knock them off. Or, if you have a lot of walls near you, you're like, I'm going to web all these dudes to the walls.
Yeah.
And
sure.
It's great. The combat's just amazing.
As far as like the Arkham series goes, yeah, this is definitely a step up, and I want it to keep going. And I wish they would just give me the options to decide which buttons I would use for which.
Yeah,
that's my big complaint so far, and that's really not a big deal.
Sure. Yeah. Would you just swap the heavy attack and the dodge button?
Basically, yeah.
Fair enough. That would have helped me earlier on, because I kept taking hits because every time I got the indicator, I hit triangle reflexively.
Yeah.
And it's like, the funny thing is it's not just the Arkham series now. It's all the games that go off the same combat engine, like Mad Max and Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
It's like that combat system, even outside of the Arkham series, has been so drilled into my head that playing this, I had to unlearn it because I kept messing up.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
But I mean, all in all, this game, it's solid. If you're looking for a new game to pick up that you think you just kind of want to either really get into or even just lay back and have a good time, this kind of fits both worlds.
It's not going to revolutionize the open world action genre.
Oh, no.
It is very derivative, but it does it very well. So if you just want it, if you just like a little open world fighting game and you just want one that works pretty well, this is a good bet.
And I actually have to admit, so far I'm not hating the story. I'm actually kind of paying attention, which is kind of surprising.
Okay.
I usually don't care.
Well, you can pay attention for both of us then.
All right.
Going into the story, I don't care very. Like, I'm not a Spider-Man guy. I've never really cared about Spider-Man. People said Mary Jane and Peter Parker, their relationship's so great and the story's so great, and I'm like, okay. I'm not. I'm paying so little attention that I've missed Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah.
Apparently.
That's right. I had
Josh was talking about, how'd you like the Stan Lee cameo? And I was like, what? And it was a scene that I played, but I feel like I'm going crazy because I guess I must have just missed it. Because, but I didn't think I did miss it. I had specific memory of the scene that he played for me, but I don't remember Stan Lee being there. But he played a video for me, and clearly Stan Lee is there. So I guess, I got distracted by something at the wrong moment? I don't know.
It's very bizarre.
So, yeah, whatever.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm actually enjoying the story so far, though. Martin Lee is an interesting character. Miles Morales. I'm liking him the more I see of him. The Mary Jane parts are actually some of the more tedious parts. You know, I think the relationship's fine, and I think it'll be fine, but I'm not, like, super looking forward to ever going and hanging out with Mary Jane in the game, you know?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm liking Aunt May. I want more Aunt May.
Yeah.
She's just pleasant.
I call her Aunt Bay. And
No.
and
No. Stop it.
So yeah, it's a
okay. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Not a major spoiler alert. Dr. Otto Octavius is in this game. You find that out super early on.
Yeah.
Super early on. So obviously Doc Ock is going to be in here eventually. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. I'm just making assumptions because he's definitely in this game.
When Dr. Octavius showed up, I was just like, so is he gonna be Doc Ock in this game? And I feel like he is. I also have this thing. I feel like you and I are roughly halfway through the story, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember that the gameplay teaser that first dropped for this game, in which featured you going to the storage facility where all the bad guys are held and everybody breaking out?
Yep.
I assumed that was gonna be like the intro to this game, and it hasn't happened yet. And I'm wondering, when is that gonna happen?
I don't think that's gonna be the finale though.
No, probably not the finale. But it's like, I'm just curious. The further I get into the game, I'm like, when is that going to happen? Because I thought that was going to be like the inciting incident, and then you have to go track down all those criminals. But so far, that hasn't been the game.
Well, I'm guessing that's going to kind of be the end of Act 2.
Probably, and then
I'm guessing the Doc Ock stuff is going to be the end of Act 3 and be the finale, because right now I'm actually loving every part where I've been told to go do a story mission with Doc Ock. You know,
well, yeah, because it's interesting seeing Octavius in this game is a very likable character.
Yeah, super kind.
He's this very nice, very, very gentle man.
Yeah, and every time you interact with him, you're just like, oh, you know, he's really nice, and you know, he's in a crappy situation.
But you feel the obsession kind of beginning.
It's good character growth.
His character is really good. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I feel like I was down on this plot, but his character's good, because it's just like, he has this, you can feel the origins of his character. He has these moments where it's clear that he has an obsession, but he's not a bad person. And that, to be fair, that's Doc Ock, as a character. He's not a bad guy. He's just pushed too far, and he wants to be a good person. To be fair, I will say, I don't have any understanding of the character beyond Spider-Man 2. So I'm just speaking from the perspective of Spider-Man 2, in which he was actually kind of a hero in the end. Where it's like, he's a good person, but he's just misunderstood.
It just hurts that somebody's like, yeah, all I know is that series.
Dude, don't hate on Spider-Man 2, alright? Spider-Man 2 is a fine film.
It's fine.
As some would say, the best Spider-Man film.
I wouldn't.
Well, what's better? There's been no good Spider-Man.
Homecoming.
Oh, I mean, sure, but like, I think Spider-Man 2 is better by virtue of it just not being a Disney Marvel production.
Really?
Because there's like a real personality and vision behind it.
Meh.
Spider-Man Homecoming is just a committee movie, which is fine. Committee movies are really entertaining, but like, there's no personality to them. You know, I prefer. Spider-Man 2 is directed by Sam Raimi, and it feels like it. It's like, it has that Sam Raimi flair to it, and it's weird. Like, the Spider-Man series is like weird and quirky, and it has personality. The new MCU movies are better movies from like a technical standpoint, but they're just bland. And I think Spider-Man Homecoming suffers from the same thing. Like, Spider-Man Homecoming is fine. It is good. It is better than the previous Spider-Man movies, which were apparently terrible. And but it is just another Marvel movie. Just like Black Panther's just another Marvel movie. You know, they're just, they're just committee projects, and they're meant to appeal to as many people as possible, and they don't have a lot of personality. So that's my thing about the Spider-Man movies. I think Spider-Man 2 is the best in the series.
Okay.
I'm sure a lot of people agree with me. I don't think I'm walking alone here. I'm sure a lot of people see eye to eye with me on this. You'll see. One day you'll see.
Alright.
Yeah.
But no, I'm super enjoying this game. I think it's really fun.
Yeah.
The next game I'm excited for coming is there's this Cthulhu game coming out, Call of Cthulhu.
Oh, okay.
Coming out in December. That's happening. I'm kind of excited for that. I think it'll be interesting. Otherwise, we have
Shadow
Spyro.
of the Tomb Raider.
The Spyro trilogy's coming. Shadow of the Tomb Raider's coming. Sekiro
today,
Shadows
actually.
Die Twice.
I think Shadow of the Tomb Raider came out today.
I think so.
Was today the 14th? Yeah, it came out today.
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, the next From Software game, comes out next March, and I can't wait.
Do you think From Software is called From Software because somebody's like, where do I games come from? And
I
they're
hate
like,
you.
They come from the software.
I hate you so much.
I'm curious to see how that is.
I think From Software is another, like, two names mashed together.
Mm.
Just like
one company called From and then the one called Software.
I hate you. Never mind. I don't care.
I've
lost interest in this conversation.
Like Software was like, we can make some good games,
I hate
but
you
man,
so much.
Man, do we have a terrible name? we need to mash up with another company to like get some personality.
Know any other games that are coming?
I'm still looking forward to Ghost of Tsushima, which is the new Sucker Punch open world game.
Yep.
Because everybody knows Infamous Second Son is the greatest game on the PS4. So Ghost of Tsushima should be fun.
Yep.
It looks a lot like Sekiro Shadows Die Thrice, whatever that game's called.
You bet.
It looks
feudal Japan is a fun place to be.
Yeah.
That's the main reason I can find.
So the Shadows Die Twice kind of looks like it's not really gonna be a Souls game. Like it looks like it'll have Souls-ish combat, but it doesn't look like it's gonna fit in with the Souls series.
Colin, I'll let you know right now. I work in 5 minutes.
Okay.
And I do not have time to get into Sekiro Shadows Die Twice right now.
I didn't realize you had worked so quickly. Jesus, podcast's gone way too long.
It has, but tell you what.
Okay.
When we get closer to Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, I'm gonna pull the same thing you pull with all your Death Grips shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just going to take over the podcast for a solid 20 minutes.
That's okay. That's okay with me.
And just talk about that game for a while.
It's just, I like being able to just not talk for a bit, so yeah. I would love it if you do that.
Yeah. But as of right now, I think we have to call it.
Okay, sounds good.
So I can make it to work on time.
We'll
make that money.
Sounds
because
good.
Somebody's not paying me.
Yeah.
You're not paying me.
Well, look, I gotta put the profit I get from YouTube back in the equipment for this show. Where do you think our filter came from?
I believe that came from
a
dead squirrel that Chris found on the ground.
You think Chris built it?
Yeah.
Where do you think it came from?
I mean, look at it.
I bought that with my cold-earned hard money.
Cold-earned hard money.
Hard-earned cash.
There you go. That's a little better.
From the company that I built with my bare hands.
From the ground up?
It was very difficult to make a company with bare hands. They were like, you need human hands. And I said...
I was really hoping you'd say gloved hands. But hey. You need gloved hands.
Okay, well... This has been an episode. See you later.
Yes, it has.
On the next episode, we'll talk about Sekiro, and Josh will not be here because it'll be just me.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna watch Anchorman.
All right.
For the next episode.
Why would you?
Somebody told me to. And I said I'll try.
Okay. See ya around.
Yeah, bye.